It all began in 1923. Walt Disney left Kansas City, Missouri to come to California. Unsurprisingly, Walt and his brother Roy were contracted to create the Alice Comedies series. This was the beginning of the Disney Brothers cartoon studio, later to be the Walt Disney Studio, and then later to be the Walt Disney Company. In 1927, Walt wanted to break away from the incredibly successful Alice series and create a new series based on a quirky, animated animal. No, not Mickey. He comes later. This new character was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. This is Oswald. He's cute, funny, easy on the eyes, but for copyright purposes, let's just say this is Oswald. Walt worked hard, and within a year he created 26 cartoons starring the little guy. Unfortunately, the distributor pulled the rug out from under them both, taking the rights to Oswald and most of the animation staff with him. Walt set out to create a new character, which ended up being the one, the only, Mickey Mouse. They created a couple silent cartoons starring the mouse, but they didn't sell. You see, there was this thing called sound, and everyone was going nuts because you could finally hear it in films. So, Walt figured, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em. In 1928, the third Mickey Mouse cartoon, Steamboat Willie, was released. It made history as the first sync-sound cartoon, and a star was born. Walt Disney Studios was sitting pretty and ready for more. Unfortunately, then came World War II. Pinocchio and Fantasia, both released in 1940, were box office disasters, and because of this, the company was forced to make layoffs. The company was so successful that a strict hierarchy had formed among the animators. The higher ranks were making around $300 a week, while the lower ranks were making as little as $12 a week. Obviously, they thought this was unfair, and a lot of them joined the Screen Cartoonists Guild. The SCG came to Walt and asked him to become a union shop. Walt said no. Walt then got mad and fired Art Babbitt, a known union sympathizer. On May 29, 1941, more than 200 members of the studio staff walked out on strike. During the war, the studio pretty much concentrated on making propaganda and training films for the military. After the war, the company sort of idled along. They made some films, opened a couple theme parks, Walt Disney died, started a new TV station, Roy Disney died, and bought some other companies. You know, the usual. But they didn't start making constant animated features until the late 80s, what we now call the Disney Renaissance, beginning with the release of The Little Mermaid in 1989 and ending with the release of Tarzan in 1999. Post-Renaissance, Disney wasn't doing too hot. They made multiple movies, but all of them were not well received critically and lost a lot of money in box office sales. The Princess and the Frog was released in 2009, the first Disney princess movie to be released since Mulan in 1988. This has brought on a constant stream of successful films all the way up through now with the release of Disney's newest movie, Moana. I suggest everyone go see it, it's real good. Bye!